Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here today. I'm Darren Macri, co-owner of Wythe Windows, and I'm also a passive house consultant and builder of New Jersey's very first certified passive house. And through that process, I realized, holy smokes, we need to start making these windows here. And so here we're at our offices today and at our factory as well. And we're not in Europe, we're in Ramsey, New Jersey. That's where we make these passive house certified, PHI certified windows, and also adaptable for all sorts of projects. And we make them right here in Ramsey, New Jersey. And before we go out there and take a look at the factory and show you some of the secret sauce on how we make these high performance windows and how we can produce them in super high volumes and how we're making them for multifamily and affordable housing and for high-end passive houses and high-end homes as well. Let's just dive into a little bit of what makes our profile also really special and our whole system really special. It's a 6-chamber system. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you have 2mm U-channel steel there. That steel is giving you incredible rigidity. So whether we're installing these into a single-family home or we're making 1,000 of them, installing them to a 30-story high-rise building, you are getting that same AW60 super robust window frame, and there's a 3-gasket system. 1, 2, 3. The gaskets are co-extruded with the profile, so it means that it's continuous all the way around the window. No seams in the gaskets, and I always love to point out our middle gasket here. It's leaning and putting positive pressure on the sash and really creating a super airtight, weather-tight seal. So if anything does get past this primary air gasket here, it's going to be stopped by this secondary gasket here. And look at that beautiful drainage plane that's created by that gasket as well. So anything that comes in here, it's going to be blocked by that dam and then come out through the weep holes, which would be right over here. The glass packages, we can accommodate up to a 48 millimeter IGU. Our typical triple panes are around 38 millimeters. And we design all the glass packages in-house. So it's not a one-size-fit-all solution. If your primary concern is solar heat gain coefficient or UG or VT or OITC or STC, we can really find that sweet spot to model a package around your priorities. We make all sorts of products here growing out of our high performance tilt turn system. We have balcony doors, entry doors, and later at the end of the presentation, I am going to give you a sneak peek into the world's most airtight sliding door system, our new sliding door system. So I'm going to show you that. We're making balcony doors, entry doors, lift and slide doors. We built for a very famous movie star. We built a 24-foot wide, 9.5-foot high lift and slide door. Our new sliding door system can be built up to 40 feet wide. And then our screens. One thing that always bugged me about the screens that came from Europe was that they interrupted that primary air seal gasket. I mean, they'd have these metal tabs, and I'd be like, wow, we just paid a lot of money for these high performance windows. Why am I sticking a metal tab and it's going to, it's going to memorize the shape of my gasket. It's going to have air leakage. That's crazy town. So we designed a screen system where with our automated machining center, it mills out holes in the profile. And then we have retractable, on this corner sample, you can't see it, but it mills out holes in the profile. And then the screen has a retractable plunger that goes into that hole that we've milled out. one of the nice things about having your own window factory is that you can customize things and come up with solutions for your clients. So rather than keep talking about the factory, let's go take a look at it. I'm happy to field any questions or comments or thoughts along the way, or we could save them to the end, whatever you feel like. All right, so here we are. Now, what we're looking at today is our production area. What you won't see today is our storage facility where we keep all our extrusions and our finished product and additional materials. So you're not going to hear from us, or we've been able to insulate ourselves as best we can from a lot of the supply chain issues. We tried, also, one of the things you're also going to see today is you're going to see a lot of machines, and a lot of them are in duplicate and triplicate and quadruplicate. And why do we carry that? Because we don't want to be calling up and say, oh, well, that machine's down. Oh, sorry, can't deliver. No, we have many, many ways to make your windows and keep your projects on schedule and on times, because we take this very important. I mean, like I said, I'm a passive house consultant. I know how important it is to in sequencing your buildings and windows being the one component where every layer of the building lines up. It's your insulation layer, it's your air tightness strategy, it's your exterior aesthetic, it's your interior finish, it's part of your ventilation. It's the one layer where everything lines up. And we know we play a critical role. We take that responsibility very seriously. And one of the ways we fulfill that responsibility is through the power of automation. And behind me here, you see just one of our automated production lines. We've had these machines specifically designed and built for us so that we can optimize our production and workflow. You and I, we would design a window together on our computer, and you'd say, oh, Darren, I love these windows. Let's get them going. Okay, so then from wherever I am, in my office, on my laptop, on a beach, I could press a button on the computer and send your whole job to these machines. And then our folks here will pull the material. They load it up, and then we're off to the races. We press a button here. The conveyor brings the material down to the robot. The robot grabs the material. The robot says, oh yeah, I recognize this profile. This is the frame for this job. All right, let's put it in here. And then in here, a lot of magic happens. You have cutting and milling and everything that we specifically spoke about. Let's say you have a job that's has to have ADA compliance, and you need the handle at a specific height. Well, we're going to achieve that every single time, because you okayed it on the computer. There's no interruptions. There's no person, no interaction with what you okayed and what goes into this machine. So you okayed that height. That's where the handle's going to be. You want the swing on the left side. You want it on the right side. You want it to be a hopper. That's exactly what you're going to get. And then this is also where it's milling out those specific holes for the screens, where it's going to also put in your pressure equalization holes and your weep holes to keep the window nice and dry. Then that's all done. It comes out of the magic box, and here this little printer prints up a birth certificate for the window, and we put the little birth certificate on the window. And then here at this station here, the guys are going to slide that structural steel in, and then it goes back on the conveyor belt, and the robots will grab it at that point, and then they're going to screw in that steel. So these robots here, they're sliding around, and they're screwing that steel in and giving that really great rigidity, because we don't want you just to be thermally resistant. We want you to be resistant to the test of time. These windows don't mean anything unless they are working for the life of the building, and it wouldn't make sense to be replacing them in 10, 15 years, So let's now, once the steel is screwed in, the profile comes off, and it gets put into carriages, and which have since moved, but they get put into these carriages, and then the carriages are moved over here to the welding stations, and then the operator will scan the bar. So let's just, here you can see right there. Let's say this is a sample here. The operator scans the bar, and these stickers are very useful on the job site too, because it has all the information about the window, the line on the job, the window name, and so you're going to have 8 stickers on your window to tell you where that window goes. And so the operator will scan it, and then the welder knows, the robot knows, oh my gosh, I know that window. It's 60 inches wide by 60 inches high. And then it moves to make that shape. The operator puts the pieces into the welder, and then at 480 degrees Fahrenheit and tremendous amounts of pressure, the welder is going to weld all 4 corners together at the same time. And then once that's done, the robot will grab it, bring it down to the corner cleaner, and it's then it's going to clean out all 4 sides of the weld. And then once that's done, it goes over to the sash table, because most of the hardware on a tilt-turn window is on the sash. And so the sashes go to the sash table while the frames hang out for a little while and wait for the sashes to get done. One of the amazing things about the power of automation is that we're able to cut and mill 1,000 passive house quality windows in 8 hours. Come, let's take a look at the sash table. The guys here, with the power of automation, we allow them to focus on the tasks they're doing, and they don't have to keep referencing different things about the order, because everything from the computer, it's all milled out, where the hinges are going to go, how the thing's going to be optimized to receive all the hinges, so the location of the hardware. Even here at the sash table, when they're working, they don't need to sit here with the tape measure and measure the length of the hardware. As you can see here, the window gets automatically clamped down, and then at the same time it's measuring the hardware, and so then they could just they crimp the hardware and put it on and rotate it and do it again. So here, and then they also have laser screwers that screw everything on, and we have another one of these tables. So we have our sash guys working this way, and then once they're done, it becomes one of the most emotional parts of the production process, when the sash and the frame get married together. And it's a very beautiful ceremony, happens here at this table and these other tables over here. And you can see this is for a multifamily job here, where they're going to be putting on the restrictors. So we also do NYC DOH approved restrictors, and then this sash and frame were just married right before they broke for lunch. But while we're here, and before we go back down to glazing, let's just do a little side trip over to the door area, and I want to show you that brand new sliding door. Now, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, so if you guys can maybe chime in and help me come up with a name, that'd be great. So this is a sample here, but we can build this to huge sizes and many different schemes. And it's an amazing sliding door because it has a full compression seal on all 4 sides, just like our window. And it has multiple locking points, and you can see them. This is a great angle right here. So let's see. And then it slides, and it slides like butter. And now here, watch them grab in. And so you have, just like our window, you have hardware. Just like our window, you have hardware that goes around the whole frame and sash, and you have hardware that goes around the whole frame and sash, and it's with multiple locking points, and so you have that full compression seal. And we can build these up to 40 feet wide, and then even further they can be ganged together. But pretty unbelievable. Over here is our screen area. We make all our screens in house. We also do shapes, and so we'll do, like, trapezoids or triangles. And so we have some specialty equipment over here that does that, which is behind the camera. So now we'll walk down. We'll see another production line on our right. But while we're walking, I want to tell you about the glazing area. The glazing area where we're walking to now is probably one of the most critical spots and critical steps in the whole process, because when we're glazing, we square up the whole window on our glazing racks, and then, so if you install, then we test that window under that square condition. So here are our glazing racks here. We test the window under the square condition. We shim the window. So the counter shimming, the way we shim the window, is critically important. The way we shim the glass inside the sash is critically important to how the sash will operate. And so if you then shim it up as well in the way that our manual shows, and then also on each of our windows, you'll see a sticker like this. If you don't have the manual handy, or your installer doesn't, you're going to see these with the QR code, which will show a link to the manual and a link to a video that also shows the proper shimming method for the and install tips and tricks. Then, if it's a tempered glass at that point, once you shimmed it, once they've tested it, opened and closed it, then they look at it for any imperfections. They'll inspect any tempered glass for roller marks. So from different angles, they'll check those things. And once it passes inspection, then the window is taken off the rack, packaged up, and ready to go to you, no matter where you are. We're sending windows all across. We're sending windows all across the country. We have installs in Seattle. We have installs in New England. We have installs in all across the northern states, like Wyoming and Minnesota. So we're wherever you are, we can support you. And we're doing single family, multifamily. We're happy to do one window if you need, or 1,000 windows. We love every window that comes out of our factory. And this is a fun window right here to take a look at. I believe these are going to Vermont, if I'm correct. Is that correct? Yeah. These are, this is like a simulated double hung look. And it has a GBG a grid between the glass. And then it has this also, this applied mullion here as well. So it gives a little bit of nice shadow line on there. And here's a fun door. We do opaque doors. We'll do specialty mirrored glass. Looks like a nice big Hershey bar, right? Speaking of which, we do different colors. So we have our Cylon black, which is what you're looking at now, which is like a dark brown. And then we just introduced recently, actually yesterday, we cut our first midnight black, or a black smooth job. So it's like more of a more of a black than this black. And then we have our, it's hard to see. Oh no, this is Silent. And then we have white on white naturally. And we also offer an anthracite gray on white. We do panels that as well for, like, these are going to affordable housing, and they needed a panel in there. These windows also have to meet 5 pounds of operational force. We also have a Miami-Dade certified product as well for impact and coastal areas. And we're, as I mentioned earlier at the top of this, we're located right here in Ramsey, New Jersey, very accessible for really the whole country. But I would say most of our business naturally is in the Northeast. And we have all our staff locally able to support you. And we're here for you, for the Passive House community. We built this factory for you guys. I mean, like I said, I was a Passive House consultant. I built New Jersey's first certified Passive House. I said, we need to make these windows here. And that's what we're doing. We're here to support this movement. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to take them now.
Do you guys have any cell receptors or flange profiles?
Cell receptors, or what was the second part?
Like panning profiles or anything that could get the window out past exterior insulation without having to do any.
Yeah, we do have a few unique products for that. We have an extension. We have an extension jam profile that, and I can, if you email me, Darren at Wythe Windows, I'd be happy to share those details with you. And it's a pretty interesting profile because it comes in a variety of widths. And then we also have an extruded sill as well. And yeah, just, I would say email me and at Darren, DARREN at Wythe Windows, that's WYTHE Windows.com. And I'd be happy to share those details with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Darren. What are the largest dimensions you have for hinged triple glazed windows or doors?
So we can build some pretty huge doors. I mean, entry door, and when you say doors, are you referring to an entry door or a sliding door?
Entry door, hinged.
Yeah. Ah, well, here, let's go take a look at one that's in our factory. And while we're walking over there, I will say regarding our window sizes. So there's going to be a variety of things that impact the answer. So one is color, right? So white on white can be larger than a black and white, and it's also it's not a set width per se, because the width also is determined by the height, and then if it's operable, that's a different concern. I mean, really, with fixed windows, you could pretty much go as wide as you're willing to go to pay for the glass, because the glass is what really is going to impact it. Then here, this is a pretty big. This is a 10-foot tall door right here. And then this is our showroom. It's not completed as of yet. You're getting a sneak peek. But if you see down there, there's a huge lift and slide there as well. That's about 16 feet by 10 feet.
Could we see the threshold of one of those hinge doors?
Oh, okay, come down back. They want to see the threshold on the hinge door. So this threshold is just sitting on top of the tile, but you could also, bury it if you wanted to.
Do you have a thermally broken threshold? Is that thermally broken as well, just like your the frames?
Yes, yeah, it is. It is. It's not just an aluminum threshold. No, it is thermally broken. But I also wanted to say that we have an ADA threshold, so with a drop seal. So if you are if those are something that you need as well.
And what if the door?
And then we
had,
have different.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say we have different hardware packages for our doors as well. And this is one of them right here with a latch and a deadbolt. This is our H600 line. And then we have a different line as well. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the door that you're showing, the hinge door, has mullions, and it's the glazing is broken down. Do you have like a picture? Can you do a picture frame, without any interruptions, just a very clear?
Oh, of course. This
Mullion-less.
could be all glass if we.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
this could be all glass. This was just what we decided to do for ourselves because this is going into the factory from the showroom. So we just wanted to keep it opaque. Yeah, but this
Thanks,
that
Darren.
could be all glass. No, my pleasure. Yeah, the biggest thing. So like if you order glass that's over 70 square feet, that's where the price really jumps. So and 70 square feet is a lot, but I would say the restrictions on size is more on glass than it is on us. Thank you so much.